Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bugs Bunny Lost in Time on the Sony PlayStation 1. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be returning back to the pirate years to tackle the stage, which is Follow the Red Pirate Road, ladies and gentlemen. And this upcoming level is actually quite interesting in regards to this is one of the earliest levels we actually unlocked in the game, but the problem is, up until this point, we haven't really been able to fully take advantage of the stage itself. We haven't been able to even gain entry into the level up until this point. Because, if you recall, the stage was actually inside a gigantic skull statue, a gigantic rock skull statue thingy that, you know, we couldn't enter. We could not enter the skull statue thingy whatsoever. But now, thanks to our Ollie Oxen free super jump power, we can get up to this weird... What is this thing? Well, we can... I don't know what this thing actually is, but we can jump on this and hit the little wheel, which will open up the pirate mouth. Oh boy! Hot dog! Oh boy! Sure thing, Goofy! Don't ask why the Mickey Mouse impressions, I have no idea. But, yeah. It's quite an interesting stage, this, and again, this is a stage we can't complete in one go, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sam's Lair. Now, to gain entry into this lair itself, we do need to press the same button combination we saw in the cutscene itself, so pay attention to the cutscene, otherwise you will not be able to get in here. But I am pretty certain that the combination to get inside this cave is always exactly the same every single playthrough in the game, so basically you're always going to have to type in the same combination of left, right, up, down, left, left, even more left than when you first hit the thing on the left, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But this is one of those stages where there's a lot of work for little reward, you know, folks. We need to do quite a few things in order to gain access to the clocks in this one, folks. For example, we have to go to both the north, south, east, and west corners of the entire stage in order to grab hold of torches, in order to light up specific, well, things. This will enable lights to be shown onto the actual compass area, the compass middle room part that we would just went past, and it will actually eventually cause us to be able to access the clock in the center, you know, ladies and gentlemen. And again, like I said, we can't get everything in the stage in the first run through. We can't get everything in one go. We do need to return to this stage much later down the line. And truth be told, I think there's not actually, considering there's about 3 stages we need to do backtracking in, out of all the stages, I think it's, in terms of backtracking, we don't really have to do that much during the course of this game, do we? I mean, there's only 1 or 2 instances, ultimately, that we need to do backtracking. And because of how the levels are sort of laid out, it seems like we need to do more backtracking than it actually is, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But, like I said, just grab the torch and light up each of these pedestals. There's one in each corner of the world. And, eventually you'll be able to make that golden... It's not golden, for Christ's sake, stop calling it golden! Eventually, you will be able to get that clock solid enough to grab and pocket for yourself. Oh boy, I tell you one thing, Scrooge McDuck would be digging this. Because, if there's one person that likes pocketing collectibles, it's probably going to be him. I tell you that much, ladies and gentlemen. But, we do need to kill that guy. We do need to take that guy out in order to gain access to the top path there. Otherwise, we will not be able to jump up there, because obviously there's no way up. There's no super jump ability. And you might be wondering, how is that guy going to help us get up? Well, we can bounce on his belly, much like the super fat guys from the medieval period. This can be a little bit tricky to work out, and it's actually more than a little bit tricky. This guy doesn't look nearly big enough to be able to bounce off. But yeah, you can bounce off this guy, and needless to say, when I was younger, when I first played through the game, that caught me a little bit off guard, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But inside each of these areas as well, each of these, well, 3 areas, we're going to come across these wheels. And we do need to open up and grab these wheels in order to gain access to the final, you know, to the east portion. Because otherwise, there's going to be an impenetrable lava, like, river that we can't really jump across. Well, I say we can't jump across, but we can jump across it. It'll hurt us, but I think in terms of theory, we can still get across there, so, you know, you don't have to grab these wheels, and you don't have to make these platforms appear, but it's recommended, you know, ladies and gentlemen. And each of these scorpion enemies that we see, they're basically upgraded enemies from what we saw in the very first pirate stage of the game. I say upgraded just because they look meaner. They function exactly the same. But, yeah, we do need to deal with these guys. And in the very first room I went to, these guys actually respawned infinitely, which is why you probably saw me completely avoid them. But it's kind of strange because it's only really in that one room in this stage where they respawn infinitely. Otherwise, they just go down and they die like, yeah, nobody's business. What can I tell you? But I do recommend taking these guys out before you do everything in this room, because they can clip you, and I can't remember if you drop the torch or not, if you get clipped. But I think it's a safe bet to say that you will, so it's a little bit more frustrating, you know, ladies and gentlemen. So take your time, take care of all the enemies in the area first before you decide to light up your pathway and get hold of the next clock. What can I tell you? But of course, the wheel that we picked up in this particular area of the stage, that opens up a gateway that's actually way at the very beginning sequence that we were at when we first loaded the level up. So, yeah, we basically need to go back to the very intro of the stage, go through the gate, and that's where we're gonna find the very last torch to light up. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so this is one of those stages that can be a little bit tricky to get not so much get hold of, get used to when you first play through the game, you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's still straightforward. It's a very straightforward game overall, but, you know, it may catch some people off guard. I know it caught me off guard when I played through the game, what can I tell you? When I was a wee lad, when I was a lamb, if you will. Because, get it? Because my internet name is Sheep, so lamb, sheep. I'm hilarious. You see, that's a One Well Sheep original for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's, I work hard on these, but, I digress. Anyway, just grab the clock and we can move on, progressing further and further into the stage. Man, yes. Oh boy. Of course, I do fumble about a little bit by here, ladies and gentlemen, because this enemy type, it may come across as you can kill him, and you know what? You can kill this guy, but it's not worth it, because this guy has like, he's pretty much invulnerable with the exception of like half a second when he's going to be vulnerable, so just ignore him completely, don't even bother attacking him to get on by. I don't think he even holds anything, so you don't, you know, you're not missing anything if you, you're not missing anything if you don't kill him, what can I tell you? But we do have a kind of a unique little gimmick with these enemy types now, ladies and gentlemen. Because these are little pirate mooks. They will be hiding in treasure chests from this point onwards, and we sort of have to try and manipulate ourselves, sneak around and hit them while they're in the chests when they don't see us. And I don't really quite understand how the AI works with these treasure chests, because you would think that it's as simple as a Metal Gear Solid sequence. You hide around a corner, when they're not looking, you go and boop the chest. But I don't know, sometimes they just sort of know I'm around the corner and they know I'm there already before I can do anything, and other times I just find that they just stare right at my face and I'm able to just run up to these chests and just whack them. So I'm pretty certain the programming on these things is just broken. So just basically what I recommend is just try and run up to the treasure chest as much as possible, as quick as possible, and try to take out the pirate that lays dormant inside with a good old spin dash attack, roll attack thing. Well, I guess it's more of a spin dash, really. That kind of throws me off guard, that one wheel, because normally the wheels, they will play a little cutscene to say what they activated, but that wheel actually doesn't play a cutscene, because the thing doesn't activate until you get close to the platform itself. I don't know why. I honestly do not know why the platform doesn't activate. It's kind of weird, all things considered, but you see, this is what I'm talking about right now. This guy will, he's basically going to keep being a pain in the ass, and it's always this guy in particular that gives me a nightmare when I'm in this room. So what I need to try and really do is I try and get out of his area of pursuit, if you will. Then I need to try and find a way to sort of meander around him without him seeing me. Like, I was behind a corner. I have no idea how he saw me then. This guy is a pain in my ass. I don't like him. Just go to sleep and die. God damn. Just let me kill you and steal the whatever it is you're holding. I'm gonna assume you're holding a wheel, because so far that's all you guys have held. Maybe you might be holding a golden carrot alongside the wheel, but I don't know. But yeah, these guys are a bit of a pain in the ass, what can I tell you? I do think maybe you can sneak around to try and, maybe they don't come out if you do your sneak ability, but I have no idea personally. I haven't really experimented properly with these guys. All I know is they're a pain in the ass, I don't like them, and they just take too much effort to destroy, they take too much effort to kill, you know, folks. I mean, at least these guys, the Donkey Kong swords here, are easy to kill. It's just a matter of dodging the barrels and then kicking them. Easy peasy, but, oh, no. When they're in a treasure chest, they're a nightmare. What can I tell you? But all things considered, this is it's a pretty straightforward level, you know, folks. We're actually coming up to the end of it right now. And as I said, we can't actually access everything. We can't get everything on the stage, because you might have noticed earlier on there was actually a key pad on the floor, and, well, I pushed R1 on it, and it already said you need the unlock ability to open up a specific doorway, so, you know. But I do kind of appreciate it when we do have to backtrack to this level, because of, when we actually backtrack to the stage itself, everything is in that one room. All of the collectibles we missed is actually in that one room that we need to unlock. So, basically, everything's just... It's just there, you know? Everything's just there for you to pick up, which I appreciate. Anyway, pressing this wheel will shift Sam's eyes and allow us to gain access back into Sam's lair in a different direction. So what do I recommend? I recommend killing yourself, because it's a neat little shortcut to get back here. And of course, this game has no live system, so there's no penalty. You can just do this and la-di-da-di-da. I just skipped about 3 minutes of backtracking, give or take, you know, ladies and gentlemen. I got them speedrun strats, yo. I would never be a speedrunner, though. I honestly, speedrunning is just not my forte. I'm not good enough at games to speedrun them. I wish I was, but alas, I am not. But anyway, this is the very last clock we're going to be collecting for the meantime in the stage. So just jump straight across the pit. Bada bing, bada boom. There's this stage over and done with. What can I tell you? At least for the time being, you know, folks. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for this part. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And when we return next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be tackling Which Way to Albuquerque, as well as actually do a bit of backtracking and complete some previously completed levels, because yeah, we have the capabilities to collect items that we previously missed now, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a good thing. It's something to look forward to. We're going to actually clear some stuff out. We're going to get further and closer to the end of the game. I bet you're excited. I know I am. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, that's it for this part. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And I will catch you all next time. Bye!